Hi, this is Mark from Sound Matters, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new record cleaning machine from Pro-Ject, the VC-S2. The VC-S2 is said to be their fastest record cleaner yet, and more efficient indeed, with an aluminium body this time, which looks rather smart. The company claims that this is the fastest one yet, as I say, so claims in sort of 1 to 2 rotations that the record will be residue free. When you open your new unit, you'll see a number of things within the packaging. With the vacuum arm here, there are felt strips that you can see are applied here, which have been stuck on to protect the record from the aluminium arm when cleaning. There are some replacement felt strips included, should those ones wear out and need replacing. We have a small piece of tubing here which is used to drain the unit when the tank gets full, if it gets full. It's actually pretty difficult to get the tank full given that the liquid will evaporate to a certain degree. So unless you're doing a big batch of records, that shouldn't have to be done too often. You have a goat's hair brush here which is used to spread the cleaning fluid around the record. And we have the protective clamp here that enables you to attach the record to the unit ready for cleaning here. When the unit arrives, this one actually as a sample unit did arrive pre-assembled. There is a small amount of assembly that you will need to do. You'll need to actually screw down this plate here, and these waterproof pads then apply onto the bottom side and the top side of this clamp to seal the record label, protect the record label from any residue from the cleaning fluid, and obviously secure the record in place so that the motor can turn and you can clean your record. Also included is this concentrated wash it cleaning solution from Pro-Ject, which is alcohol free, which I really like. And you will also receive a mixing unit here. You can see I've pre-mixed some solution here. So essentially, because this is concentrate, you need to mix this down to 1 part concentrate to either 10 or 20 parts distilled water. So I've got a used copy of Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells here that I purchased from my local record store. And we're going to clean this record. So first of all, obviously take the record out of the sleeve, and we're going to place that onto the platter here. You want to secure this record down. This unit actually screws down, so you can see actually screws down onto the record here, sealing the label. So that protects our label from getting any record cleaning solution on there, which is really good. You want to tighten that nice and firm so that you can turn the record nicely when the motor starts. But you don't want to over tighten that in any way that it's difficult to get off afterwards. So now that we've got the record secure, I'll just check that that's turning okay. That's really nice. And we're going to, with the unit going actually, we're going to apply some of our pre-mixed record cleaning solution here. You just want to apply a decent amount so that we can get that. It's quite tricky, but what we don't want to over cover the records and we're going to get lots of spillage. So a little bit at a time, and then use the goat's hair brush here to work that fluid into the record until the record is covered. And actually, that's not a bad amount because the record's already nicely covered. Just try and work that into the grooves. There's a little bit of spillage going on there, so I probably have actually got a little bit more than I need, but that's okay. We can wipe that off afterwards. If you wish to work it really into the grooves, you can turn it into the other rotation. So this unit rotates both directions. So I turn it now the other way, work that solution in. That's looking really good. So we're going to stop there. I'm actually going to leave this solution on here for a little while longer. So I'm going to allow that solution to dissolve any particles or any sort of grease or grime that may well be there on the record. I find that generally any cleaning process works a little bit more effectively, particularly when cleaning used records, if you allow that solution a little bit of time to do the work. So we're going to leave that for sort of 30 seconds to a minute perhaps, just to work into those grooves, and then we'll start the cleaning process. Right, so now comes the fun bit. We're going to use the vacuum to actually clean the record. Now, one way I have seen this done is by starting the motor so that it rotates, and essentially you then turn on the vacuum system and move the arm from the resting position onto the record as the record is spinning. I actually prefer to first place the arm so you lift this here, and you can see the two notches there in terms of the way that moves from the resting position onto the record. So line that up. I like to drop that on there gently, just because I feel that's a little bit more secure then, and then I feel good that it's in a really good position. And then I start the rotation of the record. So we're going to go in to position 1 first, and then we're going to switch on the vacuum. And then we're going to turn it the other way. And return that to the resting position. And you can see there in 1 or 2 rotations, clockwise and anti-clockwise, our record is actually pretty well free of any residue whatsoever, and is looking nice and shiny and clean. So all that's left to do now is to unscrew it, turn it over, and essentially do the same thing on side 2. And here is our clean record. So it looks lovely and clean now. I actually tried this on another record before this video. I did it on a copy of Genesis Foxtrot here, and noticeably there was a reduction in any pops or clicks that were there when I first tried playing the record fresh from the used store. So a really effective unit. I've been very impressed with the unit overall. As I say, Pro-Ject does claim that this one is their most powerful system that they've created yet, the quickest one they've created yet, and also the quietest one that they've created. One thing I really do like a feature about this unit is the fact that there's no risk of contamination by putting the record down on the platter, because the platter only touches the label. That's actually quite different to some of the other units on the market. Really like that about this unit in particular, but it is a relatively quiet sounding unit for considering the power as well. Obviously there is a certain amount of noise involved with any vacuum based record cleaning unit, but I wouldn't have said that this one was excessive. We're using this within a household environment as well, which when you're considering neighbours and all that kind of side of things, it's really not that much louder than a typical household vacuum cleaner. So really good there. I've been very impressed with the results. And yeah, I have to say it looks a pretty smart looking unit as well. So top notch stuff.